Well, the international break is upon us, which means another crucial set of CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers coming up for Greg Berhalter and the US men's national team. With 5 points from their first 3 games, here's a look at what's coming up with this next trio of matches. It will get started Thursday night as they welcome Jamaica to Q2 Stadium. Then they'll head to Panama City Sunday night before returning home to conclude this set October 13th against Costa Rica in Columbus, Ohio. And welcome along to our Connecticut studios. I'm Poppy Miller, here as always with Ian Joy, Jimmy Conrad, Heath Pearce and Luis Garcia. And fresh off the training ground, US men's national team and DC United attacker Paul Arriola joins us now here on HQ. Paul, it's brilliant to see you and catch up with you from Austin, Texas ahead of a busy week. So how are you doing and how is it being back with you guys?
Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. Doing great, obviously. Just got done with training right now, and super excited to be here, obviously, for these 3 important, crucial games for us for World Cup qualifiers.
Yep, you said it, 3 massive matches coming up in this window, 2 of which are at home. So what's the mindset of this group right now heading into these games, Paul?
Yeah, I think, clearly the mindset is 1 game at a time. That's the most important for us. And that's the way that we're going to approach everything. Right now, it's obviously getting all the guys in. There's a lot of guys coming from all over the place. So getting guys in, getting guys, healthy, making sure everyone's ready to go, and closing in on Jamaica as we get closer to game time.
Hey, Paul, so I wanted to ask, because maybe the first 3 games in the first qualifying window didn't go the way that we'd hoped. Of course, we wanted all 9 points. We ended up with 5. The second half of that last game against Honduras was superb. We scored 4 goals. So has Greg talked to the group at all about how we can bottle that up and make sure it's spread out over all 3 games this time around?
No, not yet. I think, the one thing that we talked about today, and like I said, not the whole group isn't here yet. So, it's always a challenge, I think, to kind of relay messages in so early on in camp. But really what I think we want to do is be able to play vertical, get vertical as quick as possible and be able to get in behind and create, the opponents to have to chase us and run back toward their own goal. And the way that we're going to be able to do that is kind of what we've always talked about in our system, which is being able to access our 2 number 10s in pockets to be able to turn and activate the wingers and the number 9 as well to get in behind and get some goal scoring opportunities.
Hey, Paul, Heath Pearce here. I wasn't going to ask you a question because you just passed me in caps, as you know, and I was just going to look at you angrily for the rest of this segment. But I figured I'd ask one. I just recently caught up with Sebastian Lletget, who was talking about the experience of this group, of how you go from Nations League to Gold Cup to now experiencing CONCACAF. Does the body language of the team or does the confidence of the team look different now that everybody and all these players, 27 players, have been through so much over the last months, and now they've gotten a taste of that World Cup qualifying? Is the confidence different within this group, or does it feel more experienced to you?
Yeah, 100%, Heath. I think the experience is there and it's coming along, and it was so crucial to get those 3 games out. The first round of games, the first 3 games out of the way, because when you look at this group, everyone can talk about their own experience in World Cup qualifying and what it's like to play on the road and try and give other guys who haven't been a part of it advice. And at the end of the day, the best way to experience something is to experience it with your own eyes and your own mindset and understand what it's like for yourself. And that's kind of the way that I saw that guys were able to understand what World Cup qualifying was like, what it's going to be like, in these games, in the games to come, the away games, the home games, all of that stuff is extremely important for us. So, like you said, with the Nations League and the adversity that the team faced, and then the Gold Cup with a completely different group, and also the adversity and overcoming all that stuff is experience that gives us confidence. And then being able to come into World Cup qualifying with a lot of the group already knowing what to expect. When it comes to game time, that's extremely crucial for us. We know it's a long road, but like I said before, I think our mentality right now is 1 game at a time.
Hey, Paul, good to talk to you. I hope you're well. And it's fantastic what you mentioned at the moment. You are saying about that experience that you guys are having at the moment. What is that to live it by yourself, because at the end, everybody can talk to you about everything. And we mentioned that after those 3 games, a lot of young players who are not used to this kind of situation, the pressure. You guys, and you in particular, got a lot of experience, one of the most. You guys have been talking about, listen, I heard that you said that one by one, but have you talked about, listen, these are the 3 second games, we need to get the 9 points and start thinking about moving forward? Or is crucial for you guys, if you are been talking about Jamaica, even though they probably is not the best of the teams, but we need to get the 3 points, get confident and start from there?
Yeah, 100%. It's about Jamaica. We can't get too ahead of ourselves, and we can't start thinking about, the following games and what the table looks like and what we need to do. The only thing that we're focusing on currently is this game coming up. And I think that'll be the message that you hear throughout the camp and throughout the group is the next game, next man up. We have a great team. We have a great system. We have a great culture within the group, and we really thrive with each other and believe in one another. And that's the most important thing, is when you're on the field, being able to face the adversity that we've faced and understand that good things are to come, and just to continue to put your head down and work no matter what the circumstance is. So yeah, one game at a time, and we'll be ready to go.
Paul, I think everyone here has either watched Greg Berhalter play, or they've played with him or against him, to know pretty much that he was, at one stage, a madman. Now, I'm curious about training sessions. There's 9 new players coming into the squad to try and all fight it out to get into the starting 11. Everyone wants to play in a World Cup qualifier. What are training sessions like? Has Greg got this group just absolutely firing? Yeah,
right now, like I said, I can only speak on my experience, which is this camp. I missed out on the last camp, but this camp, we're all trying to come together and make sure that we're all completely healthy and ready to go. That's the most important. But one thing that was mentioned is that all of us are going to be needed. We're going to rely on everybody, which is how it always is, right? We have to rely on the entire team. We understand that one guy doesn't make up this team. And it's next man up mentality, which has been great, right? It gives everyone the confidence and the ability to go out and show themselves to the staff. And if you're called upon, you're ready to make an impact for this team. And so, I think the staff and Greg they've done a great job at doing that throughout his time as being the national team coach. And so, yeah, so like I said, we'll be ready regardless of who's called upon. I guarantee you that those guys who step out on the field and those guys who come onto the field off the bench, everyone will be ready to make an impact.
It's really amazing. I love to hear that. It actually gets me fired up even more so to watch these qualifiers. I want to focus on you just a little bit. You obviously had that experience in Europe with Swansea City. The last time we spoke to you, you were just making that transfer over you. How was the overall experience, and has it helped you, and have you really benefited from it much as you go back to DC?
Yeah, it was obviously a difficult experience for me, right? Coming into, on transfer day and being able to make make it over there and kind of be rushed in the situation. I would be lying if I said it wasn't a tough experience for me, but it was definitely something that has helped me grow and understand where I want to be and how to get there, right? Coming back to MLS, and obviously over there I dealt with a couple of injuries. It left this taste in my mouth, that I want to be back there and play overseas and be able to have a real chance to make an impact on European football. So for me, that was the biggest thing that I took away from it is gaining experience and playing well, being consistent. And learning from it. But overall, there's always going to be ups and downs, and definitely that was a time for me to evaluate myself and my career and what I really want, and helps me get back on track.
And now a really exciting couple of weeks awaits. And Paul, before we let you go, obviously the matches are the main focus and the football the priority, but you've got several days rest between each game. So give us an insight into what camp has been like and how you've been winding down, because last time we had Walker Zimmerman on the show, he was talking about fantasy football leagues. Jimmy Conrad was trying to get involved. So what is it this time around?
It's definitely still fantasy football with the guys. Everyone's great. A lot of crosswords, a lot of coffees, and hopefully a little bit of reading for some of the guys.
Brilliant. We love to hear that. Jimmy's still trying to get involved. Jimmy, did you ever get involved in that fantasy football league with the US men's?
They wouldn't give him the password.
I don't think they would. Paul.
I was excited Paul was here, but I wanted Walker back on the show because he didn't actually send me the invite. So yes, I'm a little bitter.
Brilliant. Well, Paul, it's so good to have you on, and we're wishing you the best of luck this week with these important matches. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.